and welcome to the beginning of a let's build of I don't know what it's gonna end up being. Gonna start with the building guide, because I love it, and then I'm going to go entirely too big and realize that I'm biting off more than I can chew. So comes the wonderful task of, round building. It's Minecraft, we're building with blocks. Let's make it a round building. The map is the alternate terrain generation. I think it's just plain... No, it's Biomes of Plenty. I think. I'll check. Yeah, this is the Biomes of Plenty generation, which is why I have a mud hole at the bottom there, and some interesting different trees. I think those are actually canopy trees. Either way, I'm going to try to build and spare the trees and the landscape as much as I can, because you can build a city without having to completely level the natural terrain. I think I'm using the Tinker's Construct glass, because it blends so seamlessly and it makes me happy. Good thing I didn't decide to build it as big as I thought in the beginning. Whew. I really would have had a time of it. Per usual, using the Chem Studio mod, done separately. I will link it. A lot of times it's just going to be you guys get to listen to some music because I did go on this, and I don't plan on skipping much of the work just to, you know, allow y'all to appreciate the amount of time it took. This is done at 10 times speed, so every minute of this that you see is 10 minutes of work for me. You're going to see time jumps, and that's just the scenes of putting together video with the camera. Because I was too lazy to bother with commands. The sun will come back up eventually. Whatever. Don't remember what the diameter ended up being. And we're gonna build with concrete, because concrete is logical to me. And it's gonna be structural, and I probably won't build over it anyway, or probably will build over it anyway. Took inspiration from an architecture school graduate's idea, who, well, when it was over and done with, you could see some heavy Guggenheim inspiration. Oh, here I'm still trying to spare the trees. Everybody likes trees in the lobby, right? Seems logical. Seems like a great idea. And I had a vague idea of how I wanted to do, but there's no real pre-planning on this one. I'm literally starting out with the whole Guggenheim single-floor multi-story building, if that makes any sense. So up it will spiral. The architecture student. The architecture student was Ellie Ward, who had the idea of not having the massive delineations that we have in our cities now, in our neighborhoods, even in the skyscrapers. If you have a continual single level going from the bottom to the top of your skyscraper, it's going to enforce a bit of a neighborhood, I think. Let me tell you, spirals in Minecraft, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I wanted to leave the center open, bottom to top. And this concept of single floor and multi-story will probably continue in lots of other buildings that I'm going to build here, though I don't know that I will run them all as round buildings. just to completely play with the idea. I did try to leave a large enough gap between the floors so that I would be able to cover over the raw concrete later, while still keeping the concrete floor. You know, supports are important. I mean, granted, not really in Minecraft, but, you know. We can emulate and guess. My guessing of height was wrong. So I get to readjust that on every single stinking level the whole way up. Yay! I'm so smart. Now, the Guggenheim being a museum doesn't really have to deal with personal spaces or private spaces the way a live and work skyscraper would, having some amenities in it, some work, some homes. So I'm going to probably eat up a little bit of space with delineating public spaces from private spaces within the building. Wanted to give it, despite the fact that it's, you know, run around in circles and you'll make it all the way up, wanted to give it some elevator shafts, so plan to put them there and we'll see how they work in later, especially with that diagonal one. Heaven help me. So it looks like we're 3 levels-ish up. Yeah, it should be about 3 levels up now. And at some point I decided I wanted to have it higher than some part of the tree line in the distance. And you can see going off to the left there, there's a rather large hill over there, and thankfully that wasn't the one I was looking at. But me and my cameraman have some differences. Sometimes I don't warn when I put a wall up in front of them. Sorry! But the people on this side of the building are going to have a great view out to sea. People on the other part of the building are probably going to have a great view in the woods. And I will be that dedicated worker that will work rain, shine, day and night. Again, too lazy to bother with the codes. I do like the 2 biomes I got here. The canopy forest, I don't even know what Biomes of Plenty calls these. I haven't run around with F3 to figure out what they're actually called. And then a more grasslands area as it goes up on the hill. Gives a nice variety of plants. If you guys don't try it, even for normal play, you should check out the... When you create your new world, you should check out the... From standard world generation, try the alternate terrain generation, or the highlands, or... Biomes of Plenty. Any of them. Oh, we did arrive at a point that I decided that light would be a good thing. So what is that, 4 floors? Ish? Yeah, I think I was aiming to be just a bit higher than the trees on the left here. So I'm almost there. Yes, currently the building is hovering. I did not put the supports in yet. Literally, all that's holding it up is a single block column of glass where I put my pattern block thing that I've forgotten. Building guide. Right in the middle. Technical words. I'm gonna be doing all of this by hand. I have World Edit, but I won't be using World Edit on it. I haven't actually installed it in Monster. Oh, by the way, this is in Monster. Just because. I don't have a good reason why, just because. But yeah, getting back to, I am gonna try to not demolish all the trees on this island we're building on. Because, I mean, what made me pick here was the lovely biomes and look of it, so, you know, why bulldoze it to build? That, and I think cities kind of rob a lot of natural from anybody's experience and daily life. Granted, this building's not exactly natural, but I'll see what I could do about at least putting some parks inside the building, so even in rubbish weather you can... I would say get some sunshine, but you could at least get out and get some plants and some grass exposure. Grass stains. How many city kids have to worry about that? But I will also try to put in some, you know, parks for the sakes of parks rather than parks and buildings as well. Long-term plans. Oh, this is also going to be a mixed-use building. I am open to suggestions for shops, be it what they are, or some sort of punny name we're going to call them. Because this is definitely going to be a live-work-play tower. And it looks like I'm working on the play part of it now. The top of this takes me back to SimCity 2000 Arcologies. I think the launch or Space Arcology is what these were called. But let me tell you, this giant... well, it's not really a globe. Little water drop top to this building. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I was thinking it was going to look cool, but oh my gosh. The building guide is great, but it's actually pretty horrible when you're building with glass. Because you can still see the guide through the glass, and I'm like, did I get that yet? But the blocks when you're building are transparent. Yeah, they're still transparent. But they're also not solid, so you can walk around. But that resulted in me falling off the building more than once. But I'm in creative, so it doesn't matter. Falling off the building more than once because I didn't realize I was, you know, not walking on glass. It looked like glass. You could just barely tell the bottom 4 or 5-ish layers that I've finished. Yeah, good luck. But I will not knock the building guide much beyond that because I never would have gotten this kind of top on it looking reasonable. I think it has circular and cylinder and cubes, and I think it's got flat for triangles and hexagons and octagons and pentagons and all that, which I guess you could just build straight up from. But as a builder, I love the thing. I think the cameraman got annoyed at me for making my laps a lot faster than they were turning. Bless him. And then I got tangled up and slowed down enough. But, you know, they just... you can see what I've done. You don't have to watch me lay every block. Oh, yeah, they did get annoyed. They just stopped turning. got bored of trying to follow me. That too. Very possible. What is that? Oh, that's the building guide. Never mind. I really thought I would get a little bit higher faster than that, but those curves of the top are a bit more complicated than the sides were. Thus, we get to watch the stars. Because apparently that's more interesting than what I'm doing. Nope, never mind, we're just gonna get completely bored of that and exit out the building. It is a bit of a hoof. I mean, this is like the longest neighborhood street in the shortest amount of physical space. Currently, with the top closed in, there's only one way out of the building. Besides punching out pieces. But that's really not a very smiled upon way of getting into or out of a building. Squids. So, on our first day's work, we got the floors in, and most of the roof and the walls. Oh, yep. Did finish the roof. Or did I? Yeah, I did. And then after turning off the guide, I thought maybe I could try to thicken up and brace the walls and make them stronger. Yeah, no, once you put another piece of glass on, you can't tell. So there's probably like wonky places in the inside of this thing. Glass! Should have built it out of solid and hit it with a replace mace. Lessons learned. But here's where we begin. Again, I will link my specific inspiration for the building style, the camera I'm using, and open to suggestions as to what kind of shops, what kind of homes, what kind of stuff we should put inside this building. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.